Redneck Mukk, peace. So, I just thought I'd go live for a little bit, see if, I screwed something up real bad or not. Because I never catch the stuff I do wrong. So it always looks like I'm perfect. And, I don't want to mislead anybody thinking I'm perfect. Because I'm not perfect. Just ask my wife, she'll tell you. She might argue, though, a perfect pain in the ass. But, that happens. I don't know if you watched my videos, you've probably seen this car before. It's a 68 Camaro. And, it's being a little bit of a pain right now, but, anyway, 68 Camaro. Got a small block Chevy in it. It's got a 350 in it. And we got a stroker sitting over there on a crate, ready to go in it. It's a Super Sport clone, so, not tearing anything crazy up by no means. And right now I'm trying to decide if I want to pull the carburetor off to use the intake to pull the motor with a plate, or if I want to take the intake completely off. So my plan is, it's a 4-speed car, so I'm going to pull the 4-speed out. I got to change the clutch anyway. I just feel like everything's going to be easier to get apart if I go ahead and drop the transmission, pull the bell housing, the whole 9 yards. So I'm going to try to do that today too. I got to take the manifolds loose here. I got to pull the carb off, radiator. I'm going to go ahead and pull the water pump because we're reusing it. That'll make it easier to get to the power steering stuff. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Just taking stuff apart. So I'll try to jump in and check, see if you have any questions or comments or telling me to shut up or whatever. But for the most part, I'm just going to be wrenching away. So hopefully you see me smash a finger. Can you read that? You can tell I've already been working on this. I pulled some stuff off last night, pulled the hood, put it on top of the car, got it out of my way so it didn't hurt it. This is a really nice car. And the engine is having issues. It's got, we put valve springs in it because the valves were having issues, and I think it's just carboned up so bad that it's just not straightening out. So he debated on what he wanted to do to it, and he always wanted a 383. So that's what he got. When you're working on your own stuff, or when you are buying stuff for yourself, you buy what you want. I like gear wrenches. You know, good old gear wrenches, but they don't fit some places, and that bugs me. But they're so nice when they fit. The other day when I was starting this, I was like, I'm going to get Ziploc bags, and I'm going to label every bolt that comes off so it goes back in the right spot. And if you look up there on the cowl, I've got bolts laying everywhere because I didn't do that. It's a great idea in theory, but I just didn't do it. I also haven't put on my bitch gloves yet. Some guys don't like wearing gloves when they work, and I kind of prefer it. They've saved me more than once. I like these guys because they're bright orange. It's a good color. They got little grippies on them, and they're pretty tough. I got them at the big box store. Right now I'm getting the fan shroud off, get it out of the way so I get the radiator off. I could have pulled the fan and done it that way maybe, but I just felt like it'd be easier to pop the radiator this way than the other. Then you can pop that shroud back a little bit, then you get the radiator bolts. This top one's factory. It's a nice 1/2 inch shielded bolt, but I'm looking for one down below it, and it looks like somebody's changed it to 7/16 with a nut on the back of it. I don't know how well you can see, but I mean, even like the A-arms of this thing are just clean and perfect. And this is a nice car. Yeah. I really should have blankets and towels on it, all that, but I put a towel or a blanket under the hood on top of the car there, so it's not a complete Neanderthal, just a partial. I kind of wanted to do this when I was painting the Lark, so you could watch that, and I don't know, I wussed out of it. Kind of weird having people watch me the whole time, but it's something to do. I guess I'll take that lower radiator hose off before I take any more radiator bolts out. thing is just, it's not fun. What do you guys think? Should this get a electric fan put on it? For this big old clutch fan? I mean, it's been proven that it takes power to run that clutch fan more than it does an electric fan. When you gain free power like that, I hate to say free, but you know, I mean, when you don't have to spend a lot of money, you have to buy an electric fan, you have to know how to wire it up, all that kind of stuff. But when you free up power like that, even if it's 10 horsepower, that's a 10 horsepower gain that is through the whole power band. It's going to gain it everywhere, and that's going to help mileage, performance, pretty well everything. And there'll be some people argue that, and you know, I mean, I've had electric fans on all kinds of stuff, from little 6-cylinder cars that I really like an electric fan. I know some people are like, well, a mechanical fan is always turning if the engine's turning. Yeah. The electric fan, I always wire mine where they're key switch on, because it just seems like the thing to do to me. If I'm driving my car, I want the fan running, so that's all good. But sorry, I'm going to concentrate on my bolt for a second. The battery tray out of this one to get to it good, really. Let's put you back on, maybe. What next? This fan out of the way. Since I've already taken the belt off, I can't use it to hold the fan. I'm using a screwdriver on one of the bolts. Take the bolt most of the way loose and then go to the next one. So that way I always got a bolt to go to. You can't use a ratchet on these the way where they're at. I need a little AI assistant on that, so if you guys have any questions, you can shout them out since, I'm actually kind of busy. And you're yelling, "We can't hear you, we can't hear you." Damn. I got that one tight. I'm going to use it a little bit. I'm about to cage my ratchet in now. That's great. I've never seen fan bolts this long and something like this. This is crazy. It doesn't have a... They're just long-winded, man. Okay, that one just fell to the floor. I remember what it is and why it's there. And this is one of the reasons I wear gloves, because this fan would just get little nicks and cuts on you. Without the gloves, it still could rip the gloves and still cut you, but it's a lot better anyway. Now I use that screwdriver on that one bolt that I left in. Give me something to try. Man, I don't know who the freaking put those things in there, but jeez. I mean, they're 5/16 fan bolts. Yes, they have a fan on them, but they don't need 80 foot-pounds of torque. But I don't know how long this thing's been together either. Got my dog locked out of here because of dealing with antifreeze today. Definitely always got to remember that when you're working on stuff and you have pets. The antifreeze will kill them in a heartbeat, and they love drinking it. Okay, 2 of them on the floor. Woo. So 9/16, 9/16, 9/16. This is good. I'm just on fire today, man. Our steering bracket has a nut on the back side of it. Well, we got 3 of them, 3 of the actual water pump bolts. No part of what you're thinking. You're like, why are you reusing the water pump? We bought a long block.
I'm kind of balling on a budget. You know, yes, we have a nice stroker motor to put in here, but at the same time, the guy's not making money that I'm working on this for, so. That's all of them, right? You and got you. Got you and got you, right? Nope, one right there. My hidden bolt. You know, this says it's got a 350 in it, and it might, but this harmonic balance, man, it's this is an old block. Old block. Check out this harmonic balance. See how small and narrow that dude is? Let me put my finger in there for reference. I mean, most of your harmonic balances, you know, 1.5 inches wide. That's a little bitty guy. Somebody watching this right now probably knows exactly what this motor is without doing anything else to it because of that harmonic balance. Huh. Yep. That's one I ain't messed with. Sorry, I gotta put you back now. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, I'm curious. And I don't know, I won't know on this video. I'll tear this engine down later. Do some measuring on it and find out what it is, but I'm curious. I just always assumed, since it said 350 on it, it's a 350, but. And then a 327 shares the same bore as the 350, but it's got a shorter stroke. And I don't know if you can, if that's a direct bolt in, if you can bolt a 350 crank and a 327. But I think, if I remember right, 327 is a 4-inch bore with a 3 1/4 inch stroke. 350 is a 4-inch bore with a 3 1/2 inch stroke, 3.48. And then a 283 has a 3-inch stroke and a smaller bore. If you take a 283 crank and put in a 327 block, then you end up with a 302. I think. I think these are halves. Check. 1/16.
Yeah, so that doesn't have a harmonic balance bolt. This is an early block. Would a 68 block have the harmonic balance bolt? Who knows? Anybody? One of the things I do plan on doing sometime today is the data tag and the VIN and having it decoding it just to see what it says. But yeah, no harmonic balance bolt.
Pretty fly for a white guy.
Okay. That'll be the lift plate. I'm just going to finger tight those. So what's next? The fuel line down here looks small. I don't know if it'll be 5/16. It looks like it's going to be quarter. Try. Mute. thought that was quarter. Can't read it. Maybe this one's quarter. Nope. Maybe that's just some kind of oddball. Here, this is quarter. Just the end of the thing. That's what it is. And these hoses have been on there. Alright, now we're down to manifolds. I pull the dipstick out. I got 2 grounds on bolts on the intake when you come off. And then I'll need to get it in the air probably. What do you think? Nobody's told me what that harmonic balance is with no bolt in it. I always thought those were just 283s when you seen that. But I've never had one personally around. Put that back in there just so I know where it's at. Let's take these valve covers off. Take that intake off. I should go ahead and pull the plugs on this to get them out of my way. Don't save the hardest exhaust manifold for last. Save the easiest one for last. So, yeah. Thought that one's gonna break for a second.
I'm hoping I can leave the exhaust manifold attached to the exhaust and just, they'll be out of the way enough to get the engine out and in. The driver's license says pretty hard against the steer box, so I don't know if that'll work or not, but this one pulls out of the way pretty good. My vision is slowly eroding. I don't know what the temperature is in the garage right now, but it's too warm. Well, that dipstick's going to be hard to get out of there. Woo! Yeah, I think he's going to be more than double in horsepower of the car. More horsepower than this could have come out the factory with any of the engine options. But so I think, and I'm not even sure if 68 if you could get it or not, but I think you could. The 427, 425 horse, but I doubt there was many of them. And this engine dynoed over 435. It's going in it. And it's not, a crazy build. It's just a nice solid stroker with a roller in it. Good heads. I wonder why I have carpal tunnel. Because I don't own a fucking air dragster, that's why. If I would want to probably use it anyway. It's too much to fire the air compressor up. It adds more heat in my garage. Of course, this bolt is in a horrible little spot. And this will be a pain. I gotta get something for my head. It's like working underwater, man. My glasses have so much water on them. I guess it's not water, but, you know, that's what it looks like. Look at this. Look, can you look? Can you look? This is what I'm working through right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome, isn't it? Isn't that awesome? Yeah. Welcome to my world. I didn't have to have glasses till I was in my 40s, and you would think I'd be used to it, but I hate it. Those spark plugs are going to come out this side for sure. I'll just pull them all. Woo! Manifolds. These plugs pulled real quick. I think that's everything under the hood. I really don't know why I don't have more friends than I do. I do shit like this. I'm like, sure, we can do that. That shouldn't be a problem. And here we are, doing it. I think I'm leaking more than the radiator was, man. This would be a good little motor in a cruiser. Throw it in something brown and ugly. Maybe put an overdrive transmission behind it. When it comes to spark plugs, always save the worst one for last. All right, I think that's everything that needs to come out of the engine cover. Now it's time to clean some glasses. Got any other comments? Oh, I can't read. I'll be cleaning my glasses. Whew! Did I lose you? All right, let's see here. Oh, that looks like that's it. A couple viewers, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Somewhere through there, you think? Ought to be good for the lift. You think? I think. I'm gonna take my gloves off, clean my glasses now. I won't be able to get gloves on. That's one of the problems with gloves. The good news, bad news about the antifreeze is it looks like it's mostly water. So, we don't live in New Mexico, so that's not good. But, So the Camaro has a front clip on it and a rear kind of clip, rear frame section. So the rear mounts, or the rear of the car, I'm putting on the front spring hanger. That seems like that's where it should go. And these front ones, I'm just putting on the flat of the carriage, the front clip, where the front clip kind of comes down, goes flat. As soon as it goes flat, that's where I'm putting them at. Seems like it should sit there. I've never had a Camaro on a lift before, so. Good. Yeah, I like it. I like it, the wall. First look under the car. Top of the car looks great. What'd I do? Nope. Yeah. Oh, there's where I went. Bam! Alright. That's a little aluminum raised block back there. Well, they had new springs on it when they did it. See, it's got rear disc on it. It looks like the floors were either pretty solid or somebody did a pretty good job replacing them. I don't see a patch pan in them, man. Yeah. I think this dude is pretty well a survivor body. That's pretty cool. Monster starter, I'll take it off. Wow. What'd that go to? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, I bet it went out here. Nope. I don't know. There we go. Maybe it went over this way? Nope. Nope, nope. I mean, that seems like what it had to go to was the lip, right? When you think. All right. Let's see here. So the drive shaft's got to come out. Transmission's got to come out. Let's see here. See if I can put you guys back without interrupting service here. Let's start back here at the drive shaft. What do we need? Those are half. they're not half, they're 7/16, so I grabbed both. And half. Also grabbed tape. When the U-joint comes off, I will tape the caps in place, so that way they don't come off and don't get lost and all that. I'll move my pan back in case the transmission loses fluid when the drive shaft comes out. It's got a Positrack in it. That's good. Don't need that. That'll go a little bit. Is anybody else surprised it's got a Positrack in it? That little motor? Were most Camaros Positrack? I would assume it was an option. I mean, I don't know why they'd put it in a 6-cylinder Camaro. I wonder what gear ratio this guy is. We'll look here in a second and see if we can figure out what gear ratio this guy is too. It would help if I could see. I can see enough to take stuff apart. I can't really see enough to put stuff together right now. Wow. The humidity must be 9,000. I still haven't had a chance to work on that headlight cover that come off Elvira when I was doing Mach 42. Gotta do that. All right, start putting guesses for the gear ratio. Well, that's why it's not working like a ratchet. I had the wrong end. I always like putting the nuts back on the U-joint straps because U-joint straps are fine thread, and if you lose one, in my little town, you'll pay hell trying to find a good fine thread bolt on a Saturday or a Sunday. You know, I realize it's Thursday, but you know. All right. I'm gonna grab tape. Okay. If this works like it's supposed to, we should be able to roll this guy if we get it apart. We'll tape these guys up like I said I would. You don't want to lose your caps. Move on out. Set him down back here. All right, let's see if you guys can see that
stripe and stuff. All right. So let's just see. So we're looking for 1 revolution of this. See how many revolutions of this. Oh, it slopped on me. Son of a gun. It was working real good when I was a drive shaft in. The other tire seems pretty good, but with this one not turning, we're going to be off. So if we hold this one, turn that one. If I could do it the other way. No. Well, that sucks. Maybe it doesn't have a posi in it. It was just tight. Is that? Of course, if it was a single track, it should be turning backwards. So it's just a really loose clutch posi, I guess. I don't know. Huh. I just realized, look at that. The valve caps are on the inside of the tires. I've never seen that. Is that a thing? I guess it is. Huh. Well, poo. I don't know if it's got a tag on it. I'll look. Tag or is that? That's not a tag. No tag, no tag. Oh well. Ouch. Alright. Let's go back this way. Alright, so now we got to take linkage loose, 4 bolts for the transmission, cross member loose, and your speedometer cable. And then we ought to be able to pull that back before we get to the bell housing. But I think, just because I'm going to put my jack here, so that way I got something holding the engine a little bit. Sorry, getting the bolts undropped. I think that lock bolt for the speedometer cable is 3/8. And I'm wrong. I assume it's 7/16. Throw some tape on him too, just to make sure he doesn't fall out. I wanted to just unscrew him. I don't know if you can see that or not, but he just screws in here, and I couldn't get him to break loose. And I didn't feel like getting pliers on him when I could just grab a bolt and do it that way.
Must be 5/8. Those must be 3/8, which is a 9/16 volt. That's 5/8. 6/8. Leave it on top. Stuff. This cross member bolt doesn't want to come out. There it goes. All right. Need to move my jack to get that out. Yeah, it's even got the old canister oil filter. This is an old block. I thought 68 would have had a spin on. I'm getting linkage off. More like linkage. Now it's when we put reverse where first is, and or reverse where third is, and they go first, second, reverse. I've seen that on the Dukes of Hazzard a time or two. Turn off too. Looks like it. No? Yeah. Yeah. I just need to go here. What's easier? Just pop those off. A little bit easier there. Okay, I just had it. Seriously. "9/16" inch. Where did I lay it down at, guys? Come on. There it is. I can't see crap, man. These glasses are horrible. So what do you guys do for a living? This isn't what I do for a living. Thank God, because, you know, doing work for free. That wouldn't be good. Unless my wife made a lot of money, then I'd be like, okay. I'd wrench on cars all day long for free if I didn't have to worry about money. It's cool cars. When you bring in your, I don't want to pick on anybody, but you bring in your Nissan Sentra, I don't really want to work on it. You bring in like a Toyota Supra, I might go, oh, that's kind of cool. But I'd still rather, you know, stick to vehicles I know a little bit better. These are locking nuts, so I'm going to start them back on the transmission so they don't get lost. The only freaking rod I gotta figure out is reverse. See, it's right underneath the underneath the mount here. Get it there. It should have an inspection cover on it right here to cover the clutch up, and it does not. Nope, I can see. Flashlight. I've never taken a cross member out of a Camaro, so I don't know what needs to happen here. I mean, it's a pretty low dip. Won't slide that way, it won't slide that way. Wow. Is that normal, guys? I mean, it's hitting the floor pan right there. A bunch. I'm gonna have to work around that guy. It needs to come out. Won't slide that way. Won't slide that way. I've taken out a few cross members, but I've never taken one out of a Gen 1 Camaro, and that's that dude fits in there. I mean, that's like purpose. I don't want to take this would be the subframe I was talking about here. I don't want to take those subframe connectors out in order to get it. If I can just pry that floor up a little bit, I doubt it. I don't know, maybe. If you guys want to come over and help, that'd be handy. 'Cause I could use it. I'm just about there. There we go. Come on, Gen 1 Camaro guys, is that normal? Does those things fit up there like that tight? It's definitely something that caught me off guard. All right. Now I need to take this guy off. It's really bad it's when I find out I don't have to take these off. Because something comes apart in the shifter and it just stays there. But it's possible. So when I broke these guys loose, each one of them moved. I always put them back to the neutral position before I pulled the linkage off. Bolt there and a bolt there. I'm not sure I can't pull some of the interior apart and get to the shifter and just pull a bolt out of it. Actually, it's finger tight, the one that needs to come out. Oh, right up to the end of the threads. And I think the gear shifter will go up out of that little housing. And I wouldn't have to take none of that loose. Let's see here. Go with small. See if I can get that in there. Bigger. It's only 80 in the shop, but 60% humidity. I mean, it's just a humid son of a bitch, man. I probably just got fired right there from YouTube. Oh well. What's When you lose all or nothing, how much is it? Good. I debated on just staying out here last night after midnight and working, and I probably should have. Would have been, 65 degrees. Taparoo. Just tap it out. Ow. Great, I guess you can see what the hell I'm looking at. So I just took that carriage bolt out right there, because that looks like to me I ought to be able to shove that dude up and get the gear shift off of the gear shift bracket and linkage, and then I should have just been able to leave all the linkage hooked up. And if I can push that up here in a second, then that's how I'll leave it. I'll put this linkage back together so it doesn't go anywhere. And but yeah, I don't know if I can push it up through there. Maybe to get me a long screwdriver and see if I can do it without having to get in the car. But that's what it looks like to me. And then I can take 4 bolts out of the transmission and start trying to rock it back. triple. Ah. Boy, that dude don't want to come out of there. Maybe you guys already know this. I don't know, but this bracket just come off. That's what my bolt was going through, I guess. It's got two little, I can feel them. Got two little pieces that it goes in to clamp that shifter rod. Or shifter handle, shifter, gear shifter. See a little line right there. Trying to find something I can pry that dude up with. And there's nothing. Does that bolt go all the way through that too? Could, I guess. I don't know why it would. I mean, I guess it would have to have that other one. If it goes all the way through there. Alright. Just about taking these other two loose. Get the back. That guy. That guy loose, I can rock it back and get those two guys off there. need like lift lights. Need some magnet mount lights I can just mount so I can see track. Woo! If I take you out, I'm going to pivot you, get you out, and that'll drop everything. Oh man. Oh man. Why you gotta do me that way? It's a wobble head extension. I was trying to get it freaking wobble enough, and I don't know what's on. I don't know where my 9/16 gear ratchet is, but that'd have been a handy dandy guy for that. Trying to pry a little bit. Let's see if I can get that dude to move. Okay, keep moving. Keep moving. Almost enough to get him out of there. So there's a little tab that's covering the head of this bolt, so I'm trying to get by. You ever bit off more than you can chew? Phew. But this is real time. I mean, you see the guys in the videos and they've spent a week doing a car and they condense it down to an hour or two. And I mean, they have worked their butts off, dude. Those guys deserve props. There's just a lot. It's always something. There's always a broken bolt. There's always a problem. There's always something you haven't done. And I don't know if I've ever took a 4-speed shifter out of a car before. I've installed a 3-speed shifter, like aftermarket, in a truck. Man, that was way back, like the old B&M Indy 500, Indy whatevers, I don't remember, but yeah. Learning. If you ever worked at a place that's got on-the-job training, this is what they're always talking about. This is on-the-job training. And, yep, that plate didn't come off. It's hooked behind that guy somewhere, too. That sucks. That sucks. It's not hooked there. It's hooked right there. With a bolt. Right. Well, that didn't get me nowhere. It's definitely wasn't a floor shift car because the hole for the shifter is not pretty. And that's the only place I see a patch. I do see a patch there. Around, looks like they cut a whole big section out and then filled it back in for that floor shifter. So I don't really want to take that guy off. I think he'll just slide out, but I don't think he will. I think he's going through that too. I think I got to take that guy off no matter what. If I take that guy off, I think that gear shifter's pivoting on that bolt. If I take that guy off and pull him out, then the gear shifter ought to pop out. So maybe I should put this bolt here back to hold everything together. Son of a gun. I think so. We got to put that one back and take the other one out. Alright, now that other one looks like it's probably a 5/8. Could be a 5/8 on one end, 11/16 on the other. Bigger than that, I don't know. I think so you can get a 5/8 on this end, or that end. I don't know, that might be it. It's kind of hanging there. No, that ain't gonna work. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm down to one. I was up to like 40 at one time. Down to, 2. I know, it's not the most exciting TV in the world, but, you know. It should beat other things that you can watch, I guess. I don't know, maybe not. I said I'd get the engine in. I didn't say that the car would ship when I was done. Try to keep it from falling apart. Now if I took the knob off of it, it fell straight down. Well, since I didn't. Oh man, I love my job. All right. I gotta take a break, get some hydration. I appreciate everybody hung around for a little bit. I can't see. Whew. I'll bring you back before I pull this out. And see you in a little bit. Redneck Mukk. Peace.